Hello everyone and welcome back to another Marvel Rivals video. And today I kind of wanted to discuss about the, I guess, support strike that's hitting Marvel Rivals right now. This is a very interesting situation. I think it's starting to hopefully die down from what I've seen, but you know, this is definitely weird. I don't believe Overwatch has had this kind of thing before. Essentially, if you're kind of not knowing what's going on right now, and this could just be exaggeration because like memes like let's go on strike, right? Apparently support players are going on strike and not wanting to either play support or like do their best in support because they don't feel like they're getting appreciated enough in the game. Now this apparently stems from I was trying to find the origin of this, and it was from a really popular Spider-Man DPS player, Necro. He plays other DPS, but I think he's most famous for Spider-Man. Now there's a bunch of info. I'm gonna say what's happening and then kind of like how it's kind of getting misconstrued and all that. But essentially there was a post that I saw Bogar tweet out, which he's another Overwatch Rivals player. He does tank, right? It said the great support X's of 2025. And it looked like there was this comment by Revolutionary 806480. It says the support strike and Necro's comments why this actually matters. With the recent support strike going on in Marvel Rivals, I wanted to share an experience that really shows why many support players are speaking up and had enough right now. Necros outright said on stream that he hates support players and called them idiots and morons. That kind of statement coming from a big voice in the community does real damage. Streamers don't get to opt out of influence if you have the following: what you say matters in your community. And now we're seeing the consequences of that. In a recent patch, I was playing support and I wasn't doing bad. Nearly 50k healing, only 2 deaths, same damage blocked as our DPS, and just 10k less total damage dealt. Still, someone in voice chat told me Necros was right. You support players are all brain dead. And that's the exact problem. This mindset is being validated and amplified. Enjoy the amplifier, sorry. And it makes playing the role feel increasingly thankless. And then I'll go ahead and I'll play the Necros comment right now.
This is why I hate support players, guys. I hate support players because they are literally allergic to good takes. They're just morons. They're idiots and I hate them. I hate them. They never have any good takes. It's exactly what ruined Overwatch. Why is Overwatch? Because it's just dominated by supports. It's because Blizzard caved in and listened to fucking Redditors. The entire game boils down to who has the better support play. If your backline is stupid, you lose.
Now, obviously, this is kind of crazy. And apparently, I'll see if I can find the tweet or like the explanation of exactly what I'm about to say. But this Necros comment, I believe, didn't take place recently. I think that was like season 1 or season 0, from what my understanding is. Regardless though, I do feel that the person who kind of made this post is kind of correct, that you know, when you are as popular as you are, it doesn't matter if you're joking and you don't care if people take it out of context. Like, you got to understand that what you're saying is going to be taken out of context and people are going to be dumb and agree with you. And that happened with this, because I mean, let's be fully honest here. To outright say support players are not needed is fucking stupid. It's really dumb. That is like absolutely crazy. In fact, here's a clip of Tim the Tatman, who's another Overwatch Rivals player, who was a top 37 Winston in the world, kind of with his discussion of how he kind of views this thing and how clearly stupid it is. Here you go.
Support mains ruin the game. Now, listen, here's the ultimate bottom line, okay? Everyone's important on the Marvel Rivals team. If you don't have support players, you cannot win the game. You cannot win the game without a support player, okay? Now that I'm really thinking about this, actually, the least useful role may be damage, now that I'm really sitting here considering it, because you can get 3 tanks and 3 supports, if y'all know about goats, and you can win. Actually, the more I'm thinking about it, you could actually argue support may be the most important role in Marvel. I think I'm with the support players on this one, bro. Listen, all I'm saying is I got Lord Spider-Mans on my team to go 2-15 and we somehow win the game. And I can tell you we didn't need him. I can tell you that. I can tell you I've had Lord Spider-Mans get 2 kills on my team and we somehow won games. So you know who the most important person is in Marvel Rivals? You know who it is? The person that can flex any role. You are the most important player in Marvel Rivals. The absolute Chad that you are to be able to play tank, damage, or support. You are the most important player in Marvel.
And yeah, like let's be real here. DPS, if we're being honest, DPS isn't really needed because tanks make space. You can get killed with tanks. You can cover all that. Supports, you know, you heal You can also get kills. Damage is literally just there just to do damage. Like that is, and you know, it's just damage and kills. Like that other classes can do that. It's like this whole thing is just ridiculous, you know. And there's another tweet that I found really interesting where there's this funny content creator who crashes out. She's really funny because she does not give a fuck about what people say about her. She's a support main.
You DPS players think that support is so easy. You play it, because I'm not. I'm on strike. You know, I'm sick and tired of healing you trash cans as Captain America is shoving his shield up my ass in the back line.
And essentially this tweet is kind of talking about how, like, it's kind of funny how you get insta-locks Lord Spider-Mans, by the way, that go 0 and 16 and just feed the enemy. And then support players have to deal with that. Like they have to deal with trying to heal these terrible DPS players. And for some, I'm just going to say it as a Spider-Man fan, if you've been with me long enough, I love Spider-Man. He's my favorite hero. I covered some of his games and all that. He is a plague in this game. Spider-Man players are either really good or really bad. And it's mostly really bad. Okay. And it's just insane. This is just so dumb. And then we have some brain dead takes talking about how the support strike is stupid. The way I see it, we just exited a meta where supports were heavily catered to and boosted. And to be fair, you know, yeah, this was around the time, I think before season 2, where like healers are just OP, right? You just save your support for ults and then you survive, and yeah, you know, triple support meta. And then they say, now it's the popular opposite, and support players are being called out by the devs and players for not understanding the bare minimum of their role. Now, first of all, this is kind of funny coming from someone who literally has a Psylocke image, so clearly DPS main, right? But it's just, you know, like there's always going to be bad players on any of the classes. There's going to be bad tanks, bad DPS, bad support. And it's just clear as day. Like you need support players. You don't technically need DPS. DPS makes it easier because of course that's all they're good for, because that's literally their whole existence, right? And then, you know, I mean, there's there's a bunch of jokes where it's like support strike, they ain't been healing me for years. And then, you know, also with this season, you know, there was a new kind of implementation into rank where essentially how good you do will be shown in the points you gain or lose. So like if you're doing really good and you still lose, you'll lose less, or if you do really good, you'll get more points. From my understanding, it's busted. I don't know if it's been fixed yet, but like support, you don't get as many points as, let's say, DPS on a bad DPS, right? Now this was, I think, taken out of the context because technically, you know, this Luna Snow image that went viral and like everyone was talking trash, she didn't do good as much. I mean, of course, she could have not been protected, and like, you know, there's so many factors we just don't know. But you know, a lot of people were like saying, you know, off topic, the support strike is very noticeable. The heals have been terrible recently. I don't know, like this is just so goofy. And I think it's just very clearly a wake-up call for DPS to just grow up and realize you're just not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
And yeah, that's essentially it for today's video. I just wanted to kind of talk about it. I know it's kind of reaching its end, apparently. I really like the thumbnail I made. I just kind of wanted to make sure I was able to use it. My cat is going crazy. Holy shit. But yeah, let me know what you all think down below about this support strike and whatnot. Let me know how it's going and whatnot. And do you agree with me? I guess if I'm talking about teams, whose team am I on? Fucking Civil War style. I'm team support because I also play support. I think DPS are just completely delusional right now. But let's see. Please change my mind if you think otherwise. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Have a good one, y'all. Take care.